Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart, doing business in life with a purpose, serving others and achieving wonderful success. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. We created this show for you because we want everyone to learn how to do business in life to make an impact, not just do it, but make an impact in the world. I want you to think about, audience, who you serve today and what impact will you make? And speaking of impact, we're going across the ocean and he'll tell us where he's from, but it's an international podcast. I love these because us Americans, we don't always do it right. And we always need help from our fellow countrymen, our fellow other countries, I should say. Felipe, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure for being here. Thank you.
I love it. And where are you at right now?
Yeah, now as we speak, I'm sitting in Zagreb in Croatia.
Croatia.
Exactly.
So I know you work with business, American businesses. What's the difference in doing business in Croatia than doing in America?
It's a little bit of business culture, kind of
Culture.
what I like, definitely, especially working on international market, meaning United States, Canada, UK. It's more fast paced, and it's a better fit to my character, I must say. In Croatia, there are lovely businesses and a bunch of companies which striving forward simply went for internationalization and went for United States, United Kingdom, etc., etc. So yeah, generally a little bit of difference in culture, but people from Croatia are very, very workaholic. And that is also the reason why a bunch of them are succeeding on a global market by default. It's not because they're mine, it's the number says it. So
yeah, no, and numbers don't lie. 1+1 is 2. That will never change.
We'll believe to that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, people may change it, but doesn't mean it's right. So what's the challenge? Because you do work with American businesses. What's your challenge, especially for international folks that are listening, going, hey, I have a business in Australia. I'd love to get into the America market. What's the challenges and what's the pros and cons of doing that?
Yeah, the first and the primary concern and the challenge was to become kind of a local guy, because people, when they see you as a local person already very well connected, and they're perceiving you as a neighbor, it's much more easier. It's in every state, in every country of this world. And when I was expanding, the pre-action to my business expansion was always becoming kind of a local guy. Do what the Romans do. That is the methodology, approach, and paradigm I'm nurturing my entire career. And just mere example. Okay, I started my business 15 years ago, but when I decided to expand the business in the United Kingdom and United States, I was, before even entering the market with our services, the products, etc., I was networking with the people, connecting, helping and supporting wherever I could. And that's it. That is practically setting up the healthy foundation for your business growth, expansion, and whatever you want to achieve on the market. Being a trusted friend, a partner, and advisor. And that's it. And that is definitely an element which helped me massively, because when I see it and I compare it to colleagues who were kind of pushing hard in terms of sales and everything, they didn't get the desired results. They were wasting tons and tons of money, time, energy, effort, all teams focused on that, but without proper results, because that is also understandable. Okay, they were selling. I was not selling. I was making friendships and partnership. And business will come along. It's only a matter of time. Some things will kick in, some things won't. Yeah. But long-term, making solid rock foundation, being helpful and supporting guy, that is something which means to all of us, especially when somebody is actually starting with the business. And if you have some skill set, experience, and expertise where you can excel and help and support somebody, it's kind of a no-brainer from that point on.
Service business always wins long-term, not short-term. Serving before selling. You eventually will sell once somebody builds a relationship with you and trusts you and likes you and all that great stuff, like you said. You asked, how do you get out of the darkest corners when you're stuck in your business and career? And nowadays with COVID and recession and here in America, a lot of people are stuck. What's your answer to that?
Yeah, in my 15 years of entrepreneurship, I had 4 major fails financially. Simply, the business went sideways, took a downturn due to various impacts, business-wise, the inflation, et cetera. But what always was helping me to continue was the fact, okay, if I'm not able to help myself, I'll be helping others. And that is also putting you in the motion of activity and being useful. Other way around, people are getting in their corner, like small Voldemort, and crying over their own destiny. That is wrong. Completely wrong. If you cannot help yourself, help others. A rule of reciprocity will kick in. All those people to whom you've helped, they'll be helping you. It's only a matter of time. And that's it. And that is how you are pulling yourself out of the BS situation, especially when you can't do anything. And there are specific cases. Everything is going sideways, and whatever you do, you're practically standing in the same place. Nothing is happening. Okay, let it be. It is what it is. Do what you can. And also important parameter overall is when you are on the brink of something, then it is the hardest. Move and push a little bit more, and things will be happening. It's a matter of persistence. And in every possible business role, no matter you are employee in the company, especially if you are entrepreneur, we all know how it goes. Push a little bit more, push a little bit harder. If something is not functioning for you, not kicking in, try something else, and just move. Sometimes it's on the left side, sometimes it's on the right side, but in some moment things will be sitting in the right place. As much as you push and move, things will be happening in definitely positive manner.
Yeah, Stoics talk about only control what you have control of.
Yeah.
Can't control anything else. And that's a great tip for business owners and people in life. With businesses that you work with, what's the carryover between business and life, their personal life? What do you see, and how do you see people working that?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. Having much experience in entrepreneurship overall, having multiple business ventures, the only problem you end up with is the time management in the end. You are trying to gain something, moving forward, trying to catch something new opportunities, new ventures, close some new deals, build the revenue and everything else. And the point is, you get to a specific stage. Okay, now we need to start moving smarter, not harder, but smarter. And that is the point. When you get to the specific stage, you are practically buying out your own time. And that is what is happening. A bunch of business owners, entrepreneurs are burning out because they're working in the business. In the same time, they're trying to work on the business. And it's only a matter of time if you're fully committed. And we all are fully committed. We are looking for making some success story within the business and being very passionate about. And a lot of people are surely taking a bunch of negatives what is happening, and it's happening in life very personally, and that is something which you need to put on the side and simply move forward and recuperate faster. And the time you have, your private time, that is the founding stone of you being in balance. Sport activities, relaxation, walking outside with your dog, with your family, with kids, enjoying in life. That's it. Because in the end, you can have all the money of the world, but if you don't have time to utilize it and do something with it to have fun, it's meaningless. I was in one specific stage in business where money is flowing into the business, and it was awesome money-wise. But I didn't had 5 minutes for myself. I said, forget about it. Forget about it. I switched entire business paradigm because the only asset we all truly have is the time. Everything else you can change, you can add, you can pay somebody to help you to support whatever. But the time is something you cannot gain more. That is what you have, and we all need to utilize it for the satisfaction and also doing something creative, building businesses and whatever we are passionate about, and that's it.
Yeah, it's finite. Time's finite. 24 hours in a day. Once it's gone, it's gone. We never get it back. We've talked about, I love your humbleness about, hey, I've had business close, failures in business. Most people do. I want people to hear that because I've had them as well. I've talked about them on my shows. But what's one personal accomplishment that you're really proud of in business that's really launched you?
One thing which is constantly driving me forward is the creativity moment. I understood through my experience in having businesses that I'm extremely passionate about building and helping and supporting others. That is something which drives me. I'm in specific stage where I'm not happy when I close some specific new deal or whatever that is not tickling my bubbles. The point is, when I see somebody is succeeding with my help and support, that is something which puts smile on my face. And I simply created an entire ecosystem around that. So my entire business activities, my personal, my companies and my businesses is exactly doing that, helping and supporting others as a partner, as a friend, as a trusted advisor. And if we are moving together, that's it. So that is one element. And the second thing overall, the vast and extensive network I've built through all these 15 years of entrepreneurship, partnerships, friendships, so many people who you can call, those people will be jumping immediately, helping and supporting you because some time ago you helped them, you didn't ask anything in return. That's it. It's a symbiosis. I see business, it's symbiosis, because one thing is a fact, a bunch of people are thinking, okay, I'm very capable, I can do this or that, but everything is okay, but still you cannot do anything without others. So
Yeah.
that is the symbiosis I'm talking about. And in the end, it's much more fun when you are sharing all those things in the end, your story with others. So that's it.
I love what you said, and you glossed over it because a lot of information you gave was you get more joy out of helping somebody. You give them a tip, and it builds their business than a sale.
Yeah.
And an audience, I want you to think about what he just said. This is so powerful. Think about when you've had a sale. Let's even say a big sale. So you get your biggest sale of the year ever. But I want you to think about when you help somebody, like I've done and you've done, help somebody grow their business and double their income at no cost. Here's a tip, so and so person, try this, and they do it and they get free sales.
Yeah.
We get more joy from that than that biggest deal, don't we? And why?
Yeah, it's kind of when you get to the specific stage when you are comfortable enough, the enjoyment and fulfillment you are getting from exactly helping others and seeing how they succeed. What is also my big driver. I'm a big enthusiast around education and everything, and I'm doing as a mentorship. I have my own mentorship programs, etc. And that is feeling me energy-wise and everything. And I like when I see somebody who is kind of younger succeeding with help and support, and I'm thinking, God's sake, it's amazing how I can help now other people. If I had the guy with that knowledge and experience at that time, it would be much more easier, faster. And that is the entire story about any mentorship, consultants, and other stuff. Practically people with experience who already been there, done that. They're helping and supporting you to achieve some momentum and get there faster, wherever you want to go. And that's it. And when you see, and you know that experience, when you see those people blossoming after the success they manage and how happy they are when they get to you, and it's not a matter, okay, they're saying thank you, no, but when you see their faces being happy with enjoyment and satisfaction, that's it. It's
beautiful.
so simple. It goes beyond everything, and there is no money of the world which can be changing that or taking it over in every possible way.
So people are listening, and I know the answer, and because I build networking relationships, and all that, and I've talked about it. What's a couple tips you could leave the audience? They're asking, okay, I love what you're saying, Felipe. I want to build a network. How do I do it?
Yeah, it's very demanding if you are extremely focused and very passionate about it. I'll be mentioning the numbers. When we are talking about the dynamic, especially I'm seeing dynamic in my business, and I can immediately share that with the audience. I am having around 40 meetings per week. For some of the people, that's pretty much challenging. Okay, those meetings aren't full hour or whatever. A bunch of them, majority of them are regular catch-ups. How are you? What's happening? What's new? How can I help and support you? Which connection I can give you? That's it. Being helpful hand, being a friend, a partner. And when you see somebody is in pain, help and support, nothing in return. And you are moving forward. So what is the problem nowadays? A bunch of people are, you leave the scarcity mindset behind, and also your ego in small corner of the room sitting with Voldemort and focus on help and support. That's it. Because with the scarcity issue, nowadays people are trying to resolve their own pain points, challenges, and they're so frustrated about everything, they don't see they are the ones holding themselves in that specific moment and situation for so long. If you're open, transparent, you share all your knowledge transparently to your audience, friends, partner, it is going down the adequate route. And in networking, you heard a bunch of times, yeah, that's my idea, I don't want to share it with others. What is the actual value of the idea? Zero. It doesn't have any market proof. But being transparent about the idea, concept, what you're passionate about, you'll be connecting with like-minded individuals. And that is where the strength lies. I'm an open book. I'm talking about all my projects, about everything. And I've heard from a bunch of people, Philip, why are you talking so transparent about those stuff? Because I want those things to be heard by the right people, because I'm not interested in those who won't be doing with that anything, nor utilizing nothing, but those who are passionate about crazy assholes like myself, and together in joint venture partnership, we can do so many amazing things, because it's not a solo ride. It's a symbiosis, and we are working together.
Yeah. You feel good about yourself, and that makes a difference too in building relationships. How do you feel about yourself?
Sorry if you can repeat. I lost.
So when you feel good about yourself, it's easier to build a relationship. So how do you feel about yourself?
I'm feeling fulfilled, happy, primarily because I am in the position doing what I'm passionate about, and that is one of my non-negotiables in life. Do what I like. That's it. If I'm feeling a discomfort about something, I'm just letting it. And it took some time to set it up, but from that point on, things were happening much more faster. It was like you are in the linear game. Everything goes by your hand, and you constantly have a helping hand. That's about a mentality and mindset. You are practically helping yourself, and being transparent and open. You're just pulling all the objects around you with you, and in the end, it's a matter of resonance. People see that. If they love your energy, they love who you are, and they love the transparency. That's it. They'll be in the same boat with you, and doing stuff together, and that's it. And that is something which I'm nurturing. I said previously, majority of my meetings are regular catch-ups with friends and partners. No sales, no similar BS. No, it's networking, helping, joking around, and that's it. It is fun. It is fun.
It is, and you're right. You mentioned the word fulfilled. I circled it. It's a big word, but it's a word for everybody. It's different. How I'm fulfilled is different than you, Felipe, than somebody listening in the audience. Expand upon that. When you say fulfilled, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's very simple. I have everything what I need. I am able and capable of helping and supporting others in my near surroundings, friends, partners, family. Whatever needs to be done, it will be done in a jiffy. One phone call away, I can do magic, helping and supporting people. The same I can receive if I request. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And on top of everything, being healthy, that is everything. On that foundation, you can do whatever you want in life.
That's a good point about health. We gloss over that, especially talking about burnout, overworked. That's not helping your health. That's we know exercise and watch you eat and all that, but it is important to have a good business. Again, it's lost sight of it because if you're losing money, you're in a deficit, all that stuff goes out the window because you're not thinking about it. You kind of, I'll work out tomorrow. I'll work out tomorrow. I got to meet these meetings or whatever. And a quick suggestion, audience, for working out, put it in your calendar, especially if you're a business person. I know we've talked about it. Your calendar is your Bible. Put it in there every week, you know, whenever I do it. And I know when I'm working out. I never miss a workout because it's another meeting that I do. I'm just not doing a meeting. Servant leadership. Have you heard that phrase before?
Yeah.
What characteristics for you that you see when you see a servant leader?
It's a person who will be helping his colleagues, friends, partners, employees whenever needed. When something needs to be changed, if the company is, for example, moving forward, whatever, that person will be taking over the role and helping others to succeed personally and in that specific business. It's, as we mentioned now today, putting the ego aside. Ego is healthy stuff and healthy thing under your control. And that is exactly that. You are helping and supporting your colleagues because it's a symbiosis. That way, people who resonate with you, they'll be doing the same. They'll be appreciating that, and you will be a homogeneous team moving forward. In business, the same thing is in private life, and being connected with the right people. And it's how I see the servant leader. The guy who has the person with strong non-negotiables, strong and bulletproof integrity, and the person who will be saying no, whatever is making pain to his team. For example, in business, if you are working with some needy clients or assholes, you name it, if somebody goes against your people, your colleagues, contractors, employees, it's a no-go. It's like speaking bad with me, immediately closing that conversation with no. And that is something which is strong. It's strong in every possible aspect. That means you're actually appreciating people around you, and you won't be allowing anybody put any kind of hand on them. And that is extremely important, because what I saw in business, business owners, it's like a good cop and bad cop. Business owners are leaving the bad cop role to their colleagues or employees, and then they come in and they're polishing stuff. No, I am the bad guy, and I always be the bad guy when needed. You just call me. I'm jumping in,
Take care of it.
making whatever needs to be done, and we move forward. If the client is bad, it will be fired. When? Today. I had those situations. I had a situation where one client was very arrogant and even yelling on my colleague. Immediately, there was a phone call, firing on the spot. Why? We have good relationship and good partnership. No, we have not.
Yeah.
We had, this is something which won't be happening. So it's the end. And this is the reason. That's it.
Great way to build
you. And we expect reciprocity, nothing more, nothing less. That's it. Equal.
Builds a huge culture in your company too. When you got the back of your employees, they're going to be loyal and work. You're not going to overwork them, but you say, hey, can you work an extra hour? We got to finish this project. They're more willing to do that when you take care of them that way than let people walk all over them, go, Felipe, sorry, I'm too busy. I can't handle it. That's such a great tip for business owners, founders, CEOs that run companies, big, small, or little, doesn't matter. They're still people. We're all people. Croatia, America, doesn't matter.
Wherever, exactly. And I had crazy situations money-wise because of that, but I was never accepting BS from the clients.
Yeah.
I was firing clients in the worst abyss and pit I was financially. But no, it's the integrity, personal and business. That is something which we are not allowing to happen in our culture, in our business, in our corporation. That's it. But how will be doing this?
Yeah.
Something will happen immediately when you close the doors, especially those who are not a good fit. Immediately, you're opening new opportunity. And that is the fact. That is the fact.
Exactly. One door closes, another door opens. And in America, I don't know if you have this in Croatia, but I've heard all my life in 62 years, customers knows best or customers always right. That's not correct. Can't run your business that way, or they're gonna, or when they say the prisoners will run the asylum. So we don't want that to happen. We're running out of time, but I love this question because not a lot of people think about this. So what is your exit plan?
My exit plan, it's pretty much simple. I am enjoying in what I'm doing, and I am planning to continue doing that as much as I can and as long as I can, because the system of business is where it needs to be. And also for my pension activities, I will be adding a little bit more. In sometimes 7 or 8 years ago, I've started building custom snooker cues. I put that on the hold due to other business obligations, etc. That is something which I'll be reactivating then. But everything else in terms of agency, consultancy, mentorship, and other business ventures, yeah, moving forward. I'm not the guy who is selling a business. No, I'm very passionate about all of that and setting up the proper foundation so those businesses are sustainable and sufficient. So I don't need to be there. I'm always joking and saying that I'm like Alfred Hitchcock. When there is demand, I'll be jumping to the scene, helping and supporting, and then jumping out. And that's it.
Yeah, that's an exit plan. It's not an exit plan. I love it. I love it a lot. Well, Felipe, thank you for being on. This has been great. So many great tips. I love the relationship and your non-negotiables you talked about. And audience, listen to this a couple times. There's a lot of nuggets in there you might have missed. Listen to the show again or watch the show again on YouTube. Felipe, thank you again. What's the best way somebody wants to reach out to you?
Sure, I'm quite active on LinkedIn. Also, people can contact me on my email, contact@philipzolota.com, and all of my agency pages, mayo.agency, mayo.dev, all the contacts are out there, so it's kind of a no-brainer to reach me. But LinkedIn and email are most direct and fastest.
Great. Well, audience, I want to thank you for listening. Don't forget about my TV show, Together We Serve, every Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Love to have you watch. It's a live show. Comment on YouTube. Comment on my podcast, because I have podcasts and a YouTube. I love comments. I love liking them. If you see somebody you like, click that, because you know what? These guests are coming on, spending an hour with me, or actually 20, 25 minutes, and giving you guys some education, motivation, and inspiration. And let's give them a thumbs up and thank them. And I want to see you all on the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart.